Hello, and welcome to Mean Street News. Mean Street News is here to provide accurate news to help citizens affect change in their local government and beyond. Being nice is overrated. It is time to be real. I mean what I say, and I say what I mean. The time to step up and step in is now. So please come join me, Katie, over on Mean Street News to discuss Ohio politics and beyond. I hope to see you there. Hello and welcome to Mean Street News. I'm Katie. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're returning, thank you for coming back. Tonight, I'm excited to be here with Amber Brownish Smith, to talk about what happened over the weekend with our Lorain County Prosecutor, regarding her mom's, was it 94? I want to say 91 because of the 93, 94. You want to know? I say 91 is because of the Ohio 4. Yeah. I always get those two dates mixed up. But her 1994 Head Start case was really infamous here in Lorain County, and we were over at Madhouse over the weekend. That was fun talking about it, and I figured we'd come on tonight and to actually go over the opinion, the judge's opinion, which was, I think, just amazing, wasn't it?
Story.
It was
story.
No, so let's start what happened here in Lorain County, and I'm just gonna real quick just go over the details of the case. So in 2012, your mom got a sentence agreement done so she would stay out of jail after the Ohio Supreme Court ordered Judge Burge to resentence her. He told her to stay free, but 2 years later, I think it was just political, to be honest, they wanted to do a sentencing agreement, or they were going to be sending her back to prison. So what happened when J.D. Tomlinson came into office is her attorneys motioned for a new trial, to amend the sentence agreement and then eventually go for a new trial due to new circumstances in her case. And we'll go over those tonight. But what Tony Cillo, after he amended the sentence agreement was no more. It was, they actually bring it up. I'm going to pull it up here. It's void in abito. And that happened on June 13th. That's their June 13th conviction. That happened December, right? No, February. So this happened February, but this is just the document saying that her sentence agreement no longer exists because of
it was thrown out.
Because there was a new trial, and then the charges were dismissed.
Agreement to no sentence.
Well, it said in there that if the judge agreed to a new trial, then the sentence agreement was void in abito, which I just showed you.
Yeah.
Which means doesn't exist anymore. So we went on 3 years happy. Your mom's case was dismissed. the county prosecutor at the time, J.D. Tomlinson, as you know, got held for a few years, a lot to do with your mom's case and the political BS behind it. So then Tony Cillo wins an election. Yeah. He's a Democrat, ran as a Republican. against J.D. Tomlinson. When I say Democrat, like there's no Republican until 2023 ticket pulled.
Right.
So he clearly did that just to run against JD. But he wins an election, and in his first year in office, this last year, he's decided a priority of his was going to try to charge the former prosecutor with defrauding the Lorain County court, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like you and I both know, just it's ridiculous. So when they say defraud the court, what Tony Cillo is arguing is that Judge Burge, former Judge Burge, now chief of staff Judge Burge to the Lorain County Prosecutor's Office, because he worked he received the motions from your mom's attorneys, and they all worked together with the judge, by the way, the whole time they were working with the judge. So the judge knew the entire time that he was working in the background on this case. And it's very, as they say in the new judgment, it's very common for attorneys to work that way. You know what I mean? And because they worked together, he said they conspired. So he doesn't really give another example of how they conspired besides emails that former Judge Burge, then chief of staff Burge, was on. And JD filed all the responses. So I don't really know how he thought he was going to like win this argument with the judge. But so he said they defrauded the court, and he said because they defrauded the court, he wanted to reinstate your mom's former sentence agreement or a new trial at the time if they wouldn't do the sentence agreement. And that was filed in November. And what happened over the weekend, like we said at Madhouse, that was just slammed. Yeah. That was just thrown out, like not a thing, buddy. So tonight I want to show you guys that.
What did it say? Something like basically like they're just trying to get relief.
Yeah. Yeah, he said there was a few arguments.
Was it 2 or 3 years later? It said you waited 3 years later.
Well, he waited 3 years because he was a prosecutor. But I want to go over, before we get into that, I want to go over Tony Cillo's arguments. As you see here, I have a little note page I wanted to go over, because when your mom's when it came up originally, the motion to allow amendment to the sentence agreement, we're going back now. Before Tony Cillo, this is when J. Tomlinson was prosecutor. What I noticed is the arguments that Rosenbaum made in that case, Tony Cillo used in his motion in November of last year against your mom. It was literally the same. And real quick, I just want to go over these with you. So the first thing is, and I'm going to put my glasses on just because I'll be going like this. The only argument that was Tony Cillo's alone is that the court granted a leave for motion for a new trial versus Tomlinson's motion for a new trial, a leave for a motion of a new trial versus just a motion for a new trial. And the judge actually mentioned this in her opinion, saying this motion, or Tony now, is not justified, is that it's semantics.
Yeah.
It's literally just semantics because it says a motion versus a leave for a motion. You're trying to say fraud.
Right.
Fraud, because you didn't say it exactly how it was written. Like that's like semantics.
Right.
Semantics. So that's his only argument. That was his own. Now, the arguments that were Cillo's in 2025 and Rosenbaum's in 2021. And Rosenbaum is the former assistant prosecutor here in Lorain County.
That's how you know they're working together,
because of this. Right. And it's not just one.
He lost, and then he had Tony try.
Oh, yeah. And you're about to see this. It's not just once, Amber, that he does this. It's multiple times. It's multiple arguments. It's literally the rest of his arguments.
Yeah. They're all the same.
And this is what I'm showing you here is Tony Cillo. First, he brings up the Rosenbaum argument for 2021 is the rule one, and literally the same rule. 1.12, it's a rule to disqualify Burge from being a part of the Smith amended a sentence agreement. That rule does not include. Now, by the way, the rule that he was stating, even Judge Cook at the time in 2021 points this out. It doesn't cover, that rule does not cover prosecutor's office, because it's not a private attorney. Like, you know what I mean? That would be being involved in your mom's case. He worked at the prosecutor. It's a government agency. It's completely different than what the rules stated, which I thought was funny. So he told Rosenbaum that at the time, but I think Tony Cillo thought maybe 4 years later it was going to work somehow. And like I said here, government agencies are not included in the definition of a firm. There's no difference. There's a difference in government agency and firms who work on behalf of non-government agencies. So on the Judge Cook said on the merit, the argument's void. And he said this to Rosenbaum in 2021. And
Right.
the judge now said to Cillo the same thing. Then another thing was, this was great. So I think this was the best one, by the way. He said Tomlinson benefited from Smith's efforts to support his
really
campaign. She sold tickets for his campaign events. So, you know, that's fraud. That's conspiracy, because she sold some campaigns. Now, Judge Cook said in 2021 to Rosenbaum, well, J.D. Tomlinson's just fulfilling his campaign promise. And maybe and he also said maybe the citizens. Oh, we should hit the applause for that one. Judge Cook. This is another good one for Judge Cook. There we go. Good job. So that was his first look at dork in my glasses. Anyways, that was his first. That was his first one. And they said also, Judge Cook said at the time, maybe, you know, the citizens of Lorain County also want this case reopened, because everybody's questioned this case from Lorain County. And that was the argument to Rosenbaum in 2021. So, but Tony thought it was appropriate on his 2025 motion to use his argument. And then not only that, and Judge Cook doesn't say this, but I really feel this way, is that it would violate your mom's First Amendment right to address our government. You know what I mean? Yeah, take part in the political process. Like,
but my whole point is, like, why would she have ran for so if she could have ran for Dennis Will, that would have been okay. Why would she have?
Apparently that's okay.
He
was not the people they don't
anyway.
like. Yeah. And why well, my whole thing is, why would she? Dennis Will is the one that did the sentence agreement.
Right. He's the one that fought me and Sal Rivera on everything. He's the one that fought for Rosenbaum and all of them.
Yeah, so that doesn't even make sense to me. That's not a thing.
Him and Cillo are the same.
Well, they are the same, but like, who would you support on a campaign? J.D. Tomlinson or Dennis Will, who did a shady sentence agreement? And by the way, the sentence agreement is just it was just shady. The whole thing was shady. They sent Ellen back to prison, but Nancy
under distress, you know, things like that.
Yeah. Like, under duress. Yeah, you're signing something under duress. Wouldn't even let you in the room, because they knew at that time you had recorded the Lorain police, and they didn't want you in that room because they knew you would raise hell, right?
Definitely would have recorded him.
Well, I think it's good. So then his next argument, okay. Cillo 2025, Rosenbaum 2021. They both argued that the job of the prosecuting attorney is to protect the state of Ohio.
Right.
And because he didn't, and that actually Cillo.
Do you hear that? Read that again, please.
The prosecuting attorney shall prosecute on behalf of the state.
Right.
On the state, not you people. Now, at the time in 2021, Judge Cook argues that Chris Cook's argument, prosecutors dismiss cases all the time to the state. And what Rosenbaum is suggesting is the state must always stick to what the conviction was, because the prosecutors say all the time, we've made a reevaluation of this case and believe that justice requires a different result. He also says, what I really love what Chris Cook says, is he says, you know, a prosecutor's job is not only to convict people of a crime, but it's to pursue justice.
Right.
It's to pursue justice. Getting a round of applause. Round of applause for good stuff. Everybody's getting rounds of applauses. So I thought that was really good.
Dumb shit.
And Tony goes further with this, though. In 2025 now, after Judge Chris Cook says that to his pal Rosenbaum in 2021, he now uses the argument, you know, JD committed an actual crime because he did not protect public funds.
Right.
A crime.
A crime.
30 is 309 ORC 309.08A. He actually quotes it. Committed a crime because he did not protect the state of Ohio and their funds for wrongfully convicting somebody. Yeah. No. I wish we had a boo.
See how he likes
We need
it.
a boo.
Yeah.
We need an applause button and we need a boo button. We need both. I think we need both.
And then, like, when we talk about the Ohio 4 or whatever, like, or
Yeah.
our group of people, we're like, gang, gang.
Gang, gang. Gang, gang.
Familiar.
So then his other argument, Rosenbaum and him both make the same argument. This is where I kind of want you to weigh in, and I'm going to put something up here on the screen in a minute to show you. The new evidence should be subject to some huge doubt and cross-examined in a court of law so you can make an informed decision. He states that this prosecutor Tomlinson will not do this, that he is going to take up the case where Jim Burge left off, where Rosenbaum claims he wrongfully acquitted Smith and Allen. So Tony thought it would be good to use the same argument, even though new evidence is provided.
Right.
And Judge Chris Cook at the time goes into great detail in a 22-page document. And I will post that document so you all can see it. And he goes into great detail why the new evidence actually matters. And I want you to weigh in on that, but go back real quick just because I just see this sitting here. Is Judge Cook said about the community wanted this case reopened. Judge Cook said Thompson won the election. Maybe the community wanted this case to be reevaluated.
Right.
The prosecutor has the right to prosecute cases he or she sees fit, and not to prosecute or dismiss or amend those cases. He or she should be amended, dismissed, vacated. Isn't that the role of prosecutor? And the judge now that just smacked down Tony's motion said what? The same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So both of you get a round of applause. And another one. Because we're making good decisions. And I love it when we make good decisions, right?
Yeah.
So then
there are good ones. I told you they'll shine through eventually.
Oh, great ones. There's absolutely great ones. So I got to bring up something here, which I didn't put. So I got to share the screen real quick with all of you. Make sure I share my audio. Do you know how many times I haven't clicked this button and I would be talking and there would be no audio to whatever I'm sharing? I mean, so many times. Like I had to delete so many lives because of it. It's kind of ridiculous. I'm not going to lie. Anyways, so let's go to here. I pulled up, I just kind of clipped just so we didn't have to go through the full documents, the new evidence. And I want to real quickly with you go through what the new evidence in your mom's case was that made JD change his mind and decide to ultimately dismiss the charges against your mom. And it's some pretty damning evidence. And I'm going to share this with you guys if it opens because it hates me sometimes. So, new trial standards. Here we go. Come on. Okay, so this is Tony's argument. So he said, make that real big. He said, Smith failed to establish by clear and convincing proof the new trial standard here. Smith's motion for a new trial. New trial motion contains 5 bases to wit. Affidavits from Dino Grandin Sr. and Dino Grandin. Now, you want to explain what these affidavits I'm going to pull up the affidavit itself, but while I'm doing that, you want to explain what the Dino Grandin affidavit was?
I basically told everyone that it happened to him and his sister in his own basement. Mm-hmm.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that the boyfriend, which I think the boyfriend, if I'm correct, was Dale Parazola. Yeah, because he's the one that was throwing a fit with Margie, wasn't he? The guy that painted his face
black.
That's where the black and white spots came from.
Now we don't know it was
Dino. We don't know it was Dino, but he was the boyfriend, and Dino or we don't
Dale
know it was Dale.
Parazola.
But Dale was the boyfriend at the
But
time.
we're
and it says
assuming
here,
we're
the
assuming it is, and
boyfriend,
it makes
so,
sense that it is
yeah.
because he lived there at the time.
Yeah.
So it's our
We're
opinion.
assuming.
It's our
my
opinion. It's that legal gray area. It's our opinion.
I'd love to have a conversation with him.
So I kind of started where in this, and they can see the affidavit on the screen. They should be able to. Right? Yeah, they can see it on the screen. Okay, I wanted to make sure.
I'm trying not to let people see me drink my coffee.
Drink your coffee.
Sorry.
Nobody's judging you.
Actually, anyone that knows me knows I do that anyways.
Exactly. This is why we don't sleep. We drink caffeine in the middle of the night. So the biggest thing Dino says, my mom made false allegations in the past couple of years against my wife, Emily.
Yeah.
That's another thing. But before we get to that, I want to start with the past thing that we were just on, right? Before we get ahead of ourselves. So here we go. It's here.
Then don't they say something about an attic somewhere in there too, or no?
I don't think so. Not in this one.
I was just wondering. I thought there was something about an attic.
Okay. The basement. I wanted to make
Yeah,
sure
the
we say this
basement.
one. Here's the black spots. Come on. It's being slow for me right now because it hates me. Here we go. This is the important one. Okay. When he read the documents for the Head Start case, he had a panic attack, right?
He went to the hospital.
Yeah, and he says here, as you guys can see, he said, a panic attack is some of the things the kids alleged in that case were forms of sexual abuse that mom and her male companions had done to us as kids when we were little, like sexual abusing us with sticks, even making us pee into a bottle for reasons I still don't understand. It was traumatic reading about it because it was done to me. I saw my little sister being sexually abused by a male companion on occasions with my mom present. On one occasion, the man was licking my sister's face all over, and the man and my mom were laughing hysterically. They made me leave the basement where this was happening. Then screams came from the basement. My sister screamed. This happened on more than one occasion. I was also sexually abused by a male companion of my mom on more than one occasion. So sad. So sad.
She's disgusting.
Disgusting human being.
She ain't human.
And then I thought this part was
human.
where you said my mom had a male companion put on black hunter's paint. That's what Amber means when she's saying blackface. And spots. And there's spots on the blackface. He said her black or dark face paint of some sort and pretend to be Joseph to get my sister ready for her allegations in the Head Start case. She had to put him, call him Joseph, and she had to practice saying what Joseph did to her. The man didn't put it on very evenly, and there were spots where Hunter's paint was bare and his skin showed through. He looked like a black man with spots. I saw this with my own eyes.
Yeah.
And then this I thought was horrible that I'm not going to read all of this, but my mom on some occasions had the other kids from the Head Start case down in the basement and coached this.
We used to see their cars there.
You would see
before
their
the fire.
cars there?
Oh yeah, there were people reporting to us that they were over there meeting.
That's insane to me.
But the Lorain cops, 6 blocks away, couldn't figure that out.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
But this is why we see why they were meeting exactly. Well, we didn't think that they were gonna let their kids be, or whatever. I gotta shut up.
It's just gross, right? And then she said that your mom played school. Their mom played school, and this is Margie Grandin. The mom played school with the kids in the basement and actually set the basement up like a little school with tables or desks and created like an educational game. So my mom was
How
a
about
teacher.
the chairs are taken to the grandma's house right over on the east side over here?
What do
Those
you
chairs,
mean?
it says right here that the chairs, so the grandma knew about it and let them bring the school shit over to her house and store it on G Street on the east side of Lorain. Isn't that somewhere in there? It says my grandmother's house. The tables and desks are still in storage at my grandmother's house. There you go, Sheriff's Department, corruption unit. That's what I've been saying. Well,
I wasn't understanding that.
so the whole time the stuff's been hidden in her mother's house. And I believe she lives on G Street.
Oh, that's crazy. I'm just
Like, that's crazy, right?
That's insane.
We need the public corruption unit to go and
go
see.
look
maybe.
at it.
Well, they're probably going to be gone now, but a little too late. We've got the affidavit. How many years ago? Nobody went and checked the garage.
No one went and checked the garage to see if they were
Why
there.
would they?
Like
What
that
would
would just make sense.
That might be
wouldn't
like,
it?
wow.
Oh yeah, like
Whoa.
like that would
We
actually
actually did something.
that would
Right.
be amazing, wouldn't it?
I mean, the cops that are good now, they're good. But
No, they
I feel
are.
like
It's
the ones
just
that
I
were
just think that's
involved in this crap.
insane. I just think it's insane. It makes no sense. You know what I mean? And a lot of sexual abuse that 3 kids that start case made allegation admitted to me that nothing happened and the allegations were made up. That's just it's not the kids' fault, but that's just sad that the kids had to live thinking.
Right. Well, now that they're grown adults with their own children, you would think.
Seriously.
I mean, the one has already said it so many times. She's
But
told
we
everybody
know
she's
a
come to my
couple, they're
house.
just messed up.
She's trying to be my friend. She's tried to talk it out to me in the bathroom of the American Legion. You know, like there's been times like it comes a point to where you're an adult and you
Have to do the
come
right
forward and do
thing.
the right thing.
But they're also scared because he
What were they
says
gonna be
right
scared
here,
for?
one of them said Margie has told them if it ever discovers the story's not true, the kids
Have to
in the
pay
Head
the
Start
money.
case will
Yeah,
probably
Kat-
be disgraced and shamed
one of
and
the
have to
mothers
pay the
told me
money
that.
back.
Yeah, she was scared of that. That's what she cried about all the time. But the thing is, obviously it's not true. Is Margie in trouble, guys? No. So why would the kids that are
Be in
victims
trouble.
of their own parents be in trouble?
For-
That are victims
especially for
of
telling the
Rosenbaum, that are
truth.
victims of Greg White, that
Yeah.
are victims of all of those peoples. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But this is a piece
She
of-
doesn't have to pay the money back. She's not in
No.
trouble. So obviously she lied to you all. There's no reason not to come and tell the truth now. There's just not.
There's not.
Especially when you know it and you've told multiple people.
Oh,
Even-
yeah.
Yeah.
There's not. There's
Yeah.
not.
Even
any
their own
reason.
family members. That like, yeah,
It makes you sick, doesn't it?
Yeah, makes me sick.
It makes me sick. But okay, so Tony Cillo, you didn't think that affidavit was new evidence worth opening a new trial, right? So then let's look at, so that's just Gino Grounded. That's just one person, right? New trial standard. Okay, so Gino Grounded. So then you had the affidavit from former detective Tom Cantu. Do you want to explain who Tom Cantu was?
The first detective.
The
on
first
case.
detective.
Mhm.
And he got what? Transferred?
Yeah.
And I have you guys aren't going to be able to see the video, but what you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to hear, because it's just this computer won't play the few thing. But I clipped this here, and this is from the news.
Statements until the second day of trial, when the prosecutor realized that they contained all type of exculpatory information. I asked the judge to play the tapes.
This right here is Bradley. It
because
will
they
go to
would
Tom
certainly
Cantu.
realize
One
once they
moment.
heard those tapes that these children had been manipulated. That was denied.
Detective Tom Cantu, the first investigator on the case, says he suspected from day one that the children may have been manipulated.
When I went to the house to interview the victim, the child victim, the mother wouldn't let the child answer any question. The mother kept on answering for the child. Then when I would ask the child, is that right? They go, I don't remember. I don't know.
Cantu says his doubts about the case only grew when he couldn't find any physical evidence to corroborate that child's story. None of the houses the kids pointed out as being the places where they.
So no physical evidence, no where they point to, and Tom Cantu goes further. I'm gonna play the second part right here real quick.
And though the kids claim they were all abused together, Head Start records show they were never absent or late for school on the same days.
Nothing matched, nothing. Nancy Smith drove a bright yellow school bus, just like the ones you see out here. No one's seen a school bus parked anywhere in any of the neighborhoods in the city. That'd be like a sore thumb. We put a school bus in the middle of any neighborhood, people would have seen it.
In 20 years as a cop, Cantu says he'd never seen anything like it. He says he recommended the case be dropped and thought it had been, but because of a promotion which took him off the case, he says he didn't know that new detectives had been assigned. Cantu says those detectives never spoke to him about his findings, and he was never asked to testify at trial.
Angers me to this day that I was never called to testify being the initial investigator. I think I could have influenced the jury.
Did you call Jack Bradley and say, put me on the stand?
I just figured if they they thought my investigation was that important, they would have called me.
So Tom Cantu comes forward with an affidavit, and we hear from Tom Cantu there. Your mom's attorney never. Hold on, let me move this real quick. Your mom's attorney never even called that detective to tell them about what was going, like what his investigation, unveiled, and let him testify on behalf of your mom's defense. Right. I think that's crazy, especially when he was the one that found nothing wrong. And I believe it was, didn't Margie go down to the mayor and like start throwing a fit?
Yeah.
And that kind of like pushed everything to move forward with prosecuting her.
Basically. I'm not quite sure on all of that. I just know she did.
I see. So Tom Cantu, the original investigator, comes forward. Tony, that's not good enough evidence. According to Tony Cillo and Rosemom. Rosemom in 21, Tony Cillo in 2025. This is insane.
Right.
It's like the definition of insanity. Of a setup. I like that. It's a definition of a setup. That's exactly what it is. So let's go back to new trials. So then we had a couple other people. Those two I really wanted to focus on. You always have affidavits from Dr. Virginia Braden, which I think was a child psychologist, and Dino Granda, because going back to Dino Grandin, what happened with Dino Grandin's daughter?
Right.
Do you want to explain to them what happened?
I don't really know the details. I just know that she
was falsely
accused the mother.
Yeah. And that's what kind of got Dino to looking into the Head Start thing, right? Is that?
Well, his dad told him that he might want to take a look into it.
Yeah.
Once this started happening to him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But again, Tony Cillo, that's not
right.
That's not enough.
What's even weird, like I always say, like they never talk to us kids, and then it's like, so they didn't talk to Dino. Like there's a whole nother kid in the house. You never talked to Dino.
I never even thought about that.
Talked to the kids. You never looked around her house. You never did any of this shit. Like, because wouldn't you do that?
Crazy. They never talked to you.
You can't find a basement. Why wouldn't you go look in hers?
Well, I still think it's crazy they never talked to you about it.
None of us.
Like you would think if your mom was this like crazy child predator, that you're in all child predators, usually their victims, 99%, 95% of child predators is people that are like close to you. So you would think that the person that your mom would is you guys. She had kids, and then the kid she babysat for. Then you said she babysat for a judge's kid, right?
When she was a kid, yeah.
Yeah, like that's just it's insane.
Teenager.
It's insane to me. Like she was known in the community for having kids around. It's insane to me. And then a report by Dr. Maggie Bruck, and what Dr. Maggie Bruck did is and fifth, I'm going to get off of here, but fifth is what JD said. None of those reasons qualified. But what's important there with the Margie one is it was a child psychologist who went over the interviews.
Yeah.
And basically broke down, and I read her thing, but broke down like all of the problems with the interviews, the problems with the lineup, the accuracy of the child's stories, the physical evidence not cooperating, anything. Like it was just.
There was also notes from psychiatrist or something they had to see till they were like 18 or something.
I just think that's insane. I mean, it's just
those.
It's insane. So then we have this issue, okay? So he says none of that, and that's the last argument between Cillo and Rosenbaum, and they're the same. So you have 4 arguments that Rosenbaum made in 2021 that they're now today. Tony Cillo used in this motion to go after J. Thompson for defrauding the court and ultimately wanted to reverse your mom's sentence agreement. That's what
because that wouldn't be defrauding anybody.
Right? And that's what he thought his first year in office.
This is the best thing he could do, huh?
Like,
yeah. After he said he wasn't when he was running.
Well, he lied. He also said no more plea deals. But he pleads deals some crimes and not others. He makes deals with I don't even know. I don't even know how to justify his decisions. So
at this point, reckless.
Absolutely reckless. So
at the expense of others.
right?
Lives, emotion, time.
Absolutely. So I want to bring up, so the sentencing agreement happens. Tony Cillo goes in office. He files this motion in November 25, right before Christmas. Merry Christmas. You know what I mean? Kind of the asshole thing to do. Files this motion to go continue his lawfare against the former Lorain County Prosecutor J.D. Tomlinson and go after your mom's case for the resentencing agreement. Now, this is the best part of all of this. For one, before I get to this part, Tony Cillo essentially was trying to say that what Judge Chris Cook did in 2021 was invalid or illegal, or because no offense, if you're saying that J.D. Tomlinson defrauded the court, then you're saying that the judge, right, defrauded the court. That's what you're ultimately saying, is Judge Chris Cook doesn't know how to do his job, didn't do his job correctly, acted inappropriately, and now he needs.
Right.
So why would it? So if he was trying to charge, JD and Jim Burge, then why wouldn't he file charges on the judge, Chris Cook? And he's ultimately saying one of our county common pleas judges is inept.
Yeah.
And he also accuses them of not arguing, not telling us why he made the decisions. Chris Cook wrote a 22 pages saying how JD was right. The new evidence shows, that it qualifies under rule, whatever it was, to let your mom amend the sentence agreement and then a new trial, right? And I pulled this because I want to, not this one. Hold on. Oh, this is the worst part. I have to bring this part up. I got this on it. So, I hate this thing. Hold on. It's going to pull up. All right. So he says that, Tony Cillo says that this year, he said their deceit was insidious. They made it appear to the public that Smith was taking on the mighty adversary of the state of Ohio. And against all odds, she managed to prevail. That's what Tony Cillo wrote. That's what he wrote. Well, guess what?
Because truth prevails, Tony.
Well, guess what happened, Tony? Guess what happened? You got to give a round of applause to
Nancy,
because guess what happened? She's taking on the mighty adversary of the state of Ohio, and she's actually prevailing, even though you all are trying to, trying to stop her.
Just
keep fighting, Nancy. But now I want to get into what the judge said. Okay, just real quick, because we're not going to be on real long tonight. We just wanted to come on here and share and be a little nicer.
Maybe dance at the end.
Be a little nicer.
Dance
but be a little nicer this round too. And just give you guys the facts without our.
I've been sworn to it.
We'll just give you guys the facts without our real opinions. I like to do that. I like to kind of keep my opinions out of stuff, and I like to just go after people's actions versus their character.
Secretly tell you in your ear what I coached myself the whole way here. I was like, keep it all the way. Sworn.
We're gonna be appropriate now. Okay, so this judge, and I brought it up. I have it here. Oh, before I say that, Chris Cook. I wanted to bring up Chris Cook, what Chris Cook said. So he's saying, Tony Cillo, my point was saying the judge is wrong. The judge is inept. The judge doesn't know how to make a decision. The judge is wrong. And this is what Chris Cook said, though, regarding.
You know what I liked?
Here we go. The news, what he said about.
Nobody brings it up enough, but I do. I think it was great. And I don't mean to say this in any, but it to me is awful.
What?
When Chris Cook said, I don't know why the white woman.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why Nancy Smith got to stay out and the black man went back to prison.
He said the white woman and but the black man went back to jail.
Oh, yeah. I can pull up exactly where he says it. It was December 20. It was December 20, the December one. And what
did they argue for the reason for? Because he had a longer sentence.
No, he said, Rosenbaum flip-flopped on that. Rosenbaum couldn't justify it at the time. So Rosenbaum kind of flip-flopped. Was like, I don't know what happened. That was Dennis Wool's decision. He didn't see something in the case, or he doubted Nancy's conviction would go through or something. Like, it was weird. The whole thing was weird. Whole thing is weird. But I wanted to get to this, what he said on February. Okay. He said, today's decision to grant Smith and Allen a new trial is consistent with the evolution or procedural and legally intriguing machinations that have followed this case from the day that they were convicted to present, and furthers this court's responsibility to, I don't know what this term means, populate, to review new evidence, arguments, and issues as they come to fore. Moreover, while the granting of a new trial is justified under existing case law, there is separate reason for a new trial. The alleged manipulation of the criminal justice system by Margie for the sole, and this is why I'm bringing this up, because you bring this up with me.
I need some of these documents.
I'll give you the whole file. I'll send you the whole file tonight. Sure. I have it on my iCloud. If you have iCloud, you have iPhone. Yeah, we'll just, I'll airdrop it to you tonight. I'm happy to do that. Oh yeah, I'm happy to airdrop it to you tonight. Okay. But so I am sharing this, right? Did I share this? No.
Oh, no.
See, people, I'm reading off of something I'm not even sharing with you guys. Not added to the stage. I just looked at your phone. I was like, oh, this is not sharing. Okay.
I wish I would know.
No, you're fine. So I said, this is why I brought it up. So the alleged manipulation of the criminal justice system by Margie for the sole purpose of personal financial gain violates our basic concepts of fundamental fairness and due process of law. Ohio Criminal Rule 33, the rule provides for new trials. Is there any reason that a citizen should be convicted in prison for a crime that they may never have occurred, cannot be allowed to stand without the opportunity for a new trial? The integrity of our judicial system demands nothing less. We're going to do it after the end. We're going to do the big one, but we just got to stop there real quick because I know you bring that up all the time. Notwithstanding the above, the court, however history judges those involved, including most importantly Smith and Allen, this court finds by the significant margin that the new evidence is substantial, credible, and without a reasonable doubt would affect the outcome of the new trial such that it would be difficult, if not impossible, to secure conviction of either Smith or Allen at a new trial. In closing, this court reiterates that none of these legal rulings, factual findings, or anecdotal observations should be construed to conclude that Smith or Allen are innocent or that the crimes that they were convicted did not occur. Such a determination, should ever arise, is for another day in a different court. And that still hasn't come, which is sad. But as for today, the law, justice, and due process mandate that they are entitled to a new trial. It is so ordered. Judge Chris Cook. So you know what we gotta do now, right? Judge Chris Cook gets a round of applause. Why did it give us a half-ass applause, bro? Because that was a great ruling. Now that is in 2021.
Pat on the back.
So after Chris Cook says this, Tony still thought it was appropriate to file this motion in 2025. It's pure political.
He went against his own people.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and a good judge. Like Chris Cook is a decent
great
judge.
Prosecutor.
Oh yeah, the great one of
the best probably.
We screwed ourselves, Lorain County, letting that one go. You know what I mean? Letting the paper and the bullshit and other officials to manipulate that whole thing. Like we really screwed ourselves with that.
Yeah, it's really sad.
So the final, 15 minutes we're going to do here is we got to go over this 5 pages, you guys, because the 5 pages that Judge, the visiting judge wrote is great. Yeah. Well, her comments were just great, and it's short. It's 5 quick. Where I read quick, so we're just going to go quickly through the major points. We're not going to read the whole entirety of the document. I'm not that person. You know what I mean? So let me, before we do this, get out of all this stuff so I don't.
Return of the Mac.
Oh, no, before I get to this, there's one thing I do want to say. When I was going through the videos for today's episode, before we get there, here we go. We don't need that one anymore. do this one. Before we get there, when I was looking at videos that I had clipped, I found this one from this Ed Soto, and I know you said
I
it.
can't believe.
I remembered him that he said that on the news back, I think it was in 2000. When did you go after your mom to get a new trial? Completely the first time.
2009.
So was that
I think he
channel?
said that. I don't know. I thought he said that during, because I thought
He was during Burge's stuff, I think. No, because Burge said no. That same episode, Burge said, "I'm gonna quit her." That was the episode that Burge said at the end of it. I'm going to quit.
He came forward like during. I don't know.
Yeah, but he hadn't even. Burge hadn't even started that process
Right,
yet. He
that's
just
what I'm
said, "I'm
saying.
just learning about."
I think that Eddie Soto was before that.
So.
Yeah.
Well, I found this really, really interesting. It's not recanted. Okay, so he says that Margie Grondin, the mother, admitted to him that it never happened.
Soto wanted the jury to hear about the night he says Margie Grondin told him a secret.
Margie did come to my house, knock on my door. She did told me that in the beginning of the investigation that the little girl was saying no, that didn't happen. I said, Margie, if this is serious, she's changing her story. You need to speak up.
The prosecutor, however, objected, and the judge threw that testimony out.
He said, no, this is hearsay stuff. We don't want to hear this. As a matter of fact, I think I got kicked out of that bench so fast that it wasn't right.
So much Monday morning quarterbacking, regret, and recrimination. And yet, as it turned out, perhaps the most potent piece of evidence available to the defense lawyers had been literally hiding in plain sight all along.
He doesn't have a second part. There's a bunch of parts.
No, I mean from that.
No, there's no second part with him. That's where they cut him off. But
yeah, but what were they getting ready to say? The biggest key of something?
It was Bradley ignoring the bus aides, ignoring the people. I think Bradley totally messed up here. He's now the mayor of Lorain, which is scary. But he says how Bradley just botched this whole thing, which is crazy. Because he did. Like, he didn't call Tom Cantu. He didn't call the bus aides. He didn't bring up the report saying that your mom was at work. And then even after that, your mom worked at Meals on Wheels, didn't she?
And for the YMCA.
And she's on, yeah. And she's clocked, Tom clocked her whereabouts. And she passed a polygraph, which is like the craziest thing ever. Is like,
but even the bosses from the other jobs came and they didn't use them. Like,
yeah.
She would
two of the bus aides were like going to fight people trying to get on.
Sure.
Yeah. Is that one of them? And there was another one too.
Hagerman was the one with her all the time.
Okay, there was one more too that was like really upset that she didn't get called back after she talked to. Who's the one Rosenbaum threatened?
Sherry Hagerman.
Is that her? Okay. And when I say Rosenbaum threatened, like she was in the court and she basically said, well, the day that they were in court, which I found weird, is the day that they were in court, they bring up the fact that she brings up the fact that the story that Rosenbaum wants her to tell isn't true.
Yeah.
And Rosenbaum threatens her. Like, he's like, oh, I can't use you. Because she would tell the truth. I don't remember what she said, but she said, I can't use you anymore.
Yeah.
Like, like, it's just so fucked up.
I'll have to ask her. We should interview her. Sherry Hagerman.
We should
interview you.
We should, yeah. We should do a couple of them. The ones
Jamie or Cal.
Yeah.
You know who Cal is, the rapper from Lorain?
No.
Little Cal.
No.
I can't remember what it's called, but he's like a rapper or something.
Oh, he is.
But he's Sherry Hagerman's son, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Chris Hagerman. Yeah, that's his name.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. He's got sister Jamie. She's really cool.
Oh, I don't know them.
Yeah.
So here's I have it up on
the Hagerman family.
Oh, absolutely. So I have it on the screen here for all of you. I'm watching your phone's delayed a little bit. I think it's so funny. Anyways, so this is what Judge Janet R. Burnside, before we get into her, we have to just in general. It's robbing us. Hold on. It's robbing us. Here we go. You hear it yet? because your opinion was just quite amazing. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I
Well,
loved
there's
her.
people.
Every
Somebody
bit of
had
this.
commented. It was actually a really cool comment. It said, and he was only maybe in his 40s. Oh shoot! I wish I could read it. It said that he was thankful that he got to live long enough to read an actual honest.
Oh, I remember
opinion.
that guy's comment. I saw
Yeah.
a comment under one of you.
On
You
my
posted
post, yeah.
the pictures of this.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
said that he was really happy that he got to live
An actual
long
honest
enough- an honest
opinion
opinion
from a judge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And-
Like
or in the
fair,
government official,
a
like
fair
yeah,
opinion.
yeah.
Yeah. A fair one from a judge.
Well,
yeah.
not even a fair. He said like extravagant, like
Oh yeah,
this-
he complimented the shit out of this, and I would too, because when I started going through it, I'm like, oh, I love this woman. Why do I love this woman so much?
Well, she sounds like she must have been a really good judge.
She's fair. It sounds
obviously.
like,
Yeah.
obviously.
She's not going to.
Which I told you that's what I heard about her when your mom got assigned to her. I was like, I've heard she's a good judge. You know what I mean?
You never know.
This is the best part. In the final days of 2021, defendant and Lorain County Prosecutor amended the 2013 agreement to permit her to file a motion for a new trial. And as a result, this court declared the 2013 sentencing agreement void ab initio. And I showed you that, right? Where it no longer existed. That means it no longer existed. The prosecutors did not oppose her new trial motion, and this court granted her a new trial. Thereafter, in February 2022, the prosecutor moved under Criminal Rule 48A to dismiss the case. The court granted the motion, and the defendant's prior conviction was no more. No more. So we gotta do. Gotta come back here. Hopefully, he doesn't rob us this time.
Who's that for, JD?
That's for all of them. We'll do it again. We'll do it a few times. All right, a few times. I mean, all of them. We're just gonna JD, Burge. We give Burge one. It's gonna rob us.
We'll do a standing.
Do standing ovation. Round of applause. Round of
That's for
applause.
Burge. Standing.
Seriously,
ovation for
ovation.
both of them.
Honestly, you guys are just great. Like, just great. The whole freaking thing. Round of applause. Nice.
Oh, and we must. I feel like. Oh yeah, when you're done with this.
Okay, so we're gonna go through all of it, but the ones I love the most. Okay, so here we go. The statements. Now I like this part. The state's common law. Yeah, the state's common law motion to vacate. The unusual nature of the parties' actions leading to the 2013 Sentence Agreement, the actions leading to the 2021 amendments, the agreement deserve attention. In 2013, this court had jurisdiction to correct a defect in the defendant's sentence entries as one requirement under this rule, which is right here, which I'll post this, to Wine v. Burge. I got to bring this up. The parties took advantage of that ongoing jurisdiction to enter contractual arrangement or plea bargain under the defendant, plead guilty, receive more than a favorable sentence, and agreed to other terms under the sentence agreement with the state. Neither party to the present motion finds any fault with these proceedings. So there's nothing wrong with it, right? On what authority then did the parties in 21-22 collaborate and move the court to rework the 2013 sentence agreement, plea bargain, and resulting services? Neither party addresses this question in arguing the present motion, which means Tony Cillo nor JD explain themselves on how they got to 21-22. So she can't make a judgment on something she doesn't know. You know what I mean? But Judge Cook did.
Right.
Judge Cook laid it out, and she's about to say it here. The court concludes that the party's effort was an agreed upon or stipulated motion. Here, I'm going to zoom in for you a little bit. Of course I do it, and it's going to, where was I? The court concludes the party's effort was agreed upon or stipulated motion for relief of judgment under Civil Rule 60B. The judgments they sought relief for were defendant's sentencing entries on 6-5-13. The parties did not file an express motion or request for relief under 60B. Instead, they filed motions about a new trial and this is why I got to read this, and the amendment to the sentencing agreement. The result is the same because the essence of their motion was to obtain
relief.
60B relief, right? Hold on. This is the nomenclature word. I had to look up this word, right? The difference in nomenclature is of no actual analytical consequence. Now, nomenclature means the devising or choosing of names for things, especially in a science or other discipline. So she basically said, Tony Cillo, you're playing what? Semantics. Semantics. You're not following law. You're playing a game right now. That's basically what she's
I think
saying.
we should exit. When we exit, we should do that. But I just should
Oh yeah,
shout- I always like to
absolutely.
shout them out.
Shout them out. We absolutely will. Okay, a couple other things I wanted to go over this. We'll go down. All right. Legal noun substance. Disputed facts. Okay, this is what I liked. Ohio cases confirm Civil Rule 6B can be applied to criminal cases. Movement arguments that the county prosecutor had no statutory jurisdiction to take actions he did in 21. Talking about Tomlinson. In 22 proceedings in this case, when Rule 60B is employed in a criminal case, the prosecutor is a necessary party. So she's saying J.D. Tomlinson was necessary to be a part of this proceeding, right?
Right.
So she says Movant claims the prosecutor's actions were beyond his statutory authority, which means Tony Cillo claimed that what J.D. Tomlinson wasn't within his statutory authority, but defending and making or responding to Civil Rule 60B motions made in criminal case is clearly within his authority under RC. And she used the same code that Tony used to argue it. 309.08a. Movement provides no legal justification for its assertions otherwise. So basically, Tony, you didn't do your job. You did not prove how JD had no authority to do here. So that's another what for this judge.
Stupid shit
That is another.
It's not real.
See, it robbed us. Did you hear that? I gotta get a blue button. Another round of applause for this judge. He's gonna get a bunch of them. All right. So that was another big one. This is the best part. The parties in these 22 proceedings made motions, participated in hearings in open court, and sought the court's approval for their objections as required under the civil rule. The record demonstrates the court's careful attention to the issues and the interests of all parties, including victims. So she's saying J.D. Tomlinson and Jim Burge and Judge Cook, they all participated together, and Nancy's attorneys, Mark Godsey, and there's somebody else on it. I forget, it was Mark Godsey and somebody else. But and they all worked together to get this done. So she said Tony Cillo, which is Movant.
Her attorney's out in New York.
Her attorney, it was somebody else. It was a woman. I can't think of her name though.
Sharon Kantz?
Maybe
Sharon Kantz was the
her
attorney with the.
There was another attorney there that argued this with them. No, it was just Mark Godsey then. It was just Mark Godsey then. Yeah, it was Mark Godsey. Movant characterizes the parties as
during that?
Yeah. Movant characterizes the parties as perpetrating a fraud on the court. But in light of the record build here, fraud is an empty, insulting label for these extensive proceedings.
Extensive.
So she's saying Tony Cillo's claim of fraud is bullshit, and it's
offensive.
And it's offensive because you're saying a judge,
a
of
a
this
retired
county
judge,
did not do his job.
prosecutor.
Yeah,
come on.
So to Judge Janet, to J.D. Tomlinson for doing the right thing, to Burge for doing the right thing.
Let's keep going.
There we go. So she's saying nothing illegal was here. That was one of the best sentences of this whole fucking thing. I swear to God. Like, it was.
Read that again.
Movant characterizes the parties. I'm doing my professional voice. Movant characterizes the parties as perpetrating a fraud on the court. But in light of the record build here, fraud is an empty, insulting label for these extensive proceedings. It's not as good as the other one, but yeah, just throw the salt on your shoulder. I feel a little salty there, Tony. So salty. I love it. Anyways, so the 4 challenge judgments of the court resulted from cooperative efforts of the Lorain County Prosecutor and Defendant's Counsel to undo Nancy Smith's convictions. Those efforts were transparent, right? They were established under procedural mechanisms. They filed motions, attended hearings, argued the merits of the position
To accomplish a goal.
in a public courtroom to accomplish their goal.
Oh, what did it say? The parties. Oh, yeah.
So both in so this is where I said where Judge Cook, had very lengthy a document stating why he may allow all of this to happen. The court held evidentiary hearings, viewed the evidence, decided the issues, and is quite apparent from the record, carefully scrutinized the parties' legal and factual foundations for their actions and arguments, as well as ethical ramifications. Both the length and the content of the court's 10 and 22-page entries of the 12/29/21 and 2/25/22 respectfully speak to the court's thorough consideration of the parties' requests and its diligent attention to the interests of a line and result. Even if all of Movant's Tony Cillo's facts were proven, the record would fail to show any fraud on the court. Yes. Yes.
I'm sure clap. I'm going to.
Yes, absolutely. Do it again. Jim Thompson, yeah, doing everything legal. Jim Burge, doing everything legal. I was Robinson the third one every time. And then we gotta give one for Judge Chris Cook at Lorain County Please. Yep, you did everything you were supposed to do. Oh, we gotta do Mark Godfrey.
You know who else we need to shout out? All my customers at work that put up with me.
All the customers that have put up with Amber the last 2 months of shit. We need a big one. I need a longer one.
Check on me every day. It's so nice.
Just amazing. Amazing. And thank you for supporting Amber during this. And Nancy.
Well, they're like my friends.
And we gotta give it one to your mom. Your mom's going through jobs.
Oh, yeah.
And especially during Christmas.
This is to my mom.
We love you,
Nancy.
Okay. So this is the best. Tony Cillo, the Movant, labels the parties' collaboration leading up to their request for relief from the prior final judgments as conspiratorial. Ohio law recognizes the application of contract principles in criminal proceedings, and indeed, contracts between defendants and the state underlie all plea bargainings. These efforts cannot be characterized as conspiratorial with all its negative connotations. Negotiated resolutions for criminal actions require conversation, give and take, and negotiation. Even if this court would hold a hearing and the state would be, well, that's my computer's pausing. Oh no, too far. Where'd it go? Right here. See, the state would be able to prove all of the email and other communication and parties' conduct, which it describes in its motion as vacate leading up to the court's 4 challenge judgments. The court cannot conclude there was impropriety, collusion, or legal conspiracy. The parties' conduct must be viewed in the context of a complex procedural situation given the parties' 2013 sentencing agreement. This was not routine post-indictment plea bargaining. Gotta do that. And there, your official round of applause. Janet, I like Janet.
From quotes out of this. You know what I mean?
Look at it's Robin.
That'd be a good t-shirt.
Bro, give me a full round of applause. Full round of applause for Janet. This thing's an asshole right now. Look at it. Well, Janet, you got a couple of them. They're not fighting it right now. Finally. Well, let's see. Motion child was granted, season objects, dismissal of indictment followed. Okay, so the state moving here. Okay, so the state, Tony Cillo here, was a party to the amendment, and when in prior proceedings it presented the issues to this court, the state had no difficulty interpreting the permission given defendant as encompassing an underlying motion for leave to file a new trial motion. The state is stopped from having this difficulty with its own language now. So basically, like, you can't complain now when you know,
right? You
on the sentencing agreement in 2013 said that the sentencing agreement could be amended.
Right.
Maybe you shouldn't have put that on there, Tony.
My mom had to suffer the rest of her life.
That's
they hoped.
Yeah, they hoped a prosecutor would never come by
Yeah.
and relook at her case.
Just
And
like
you
the
lo-
Ohio 4 right now, they think they have it locked down and they're just not going to get out and they're not going to get sued. And one day I
yeah,
think
and they're
they
going
will.
to.
I
I
hope to
absolutely
God.
believe they
This is
will.
the year, I think, of all truths.
I think it's I absolutely believe 2026 is like all the
Ohio
lies
4.
are just gonna come out, you know. She said, and with the state's approval, a motion to a new trial was granted. The state did not object. The court properly entertained the motion for a new trial. So no error occurred. That's awesome. So Tony Cillo repeats all the arguments from its common law motion to vacate and argues it's in the alternative that they should support the conclusion. The four judgments of 12/29/21 and 2/25/22 are voidable and subject to vacation. The arguments fail. The arguments
Fail.
big fail. Big fail. Thank you. Thank you. Round of applause for everybody here. Just round of applause for everybody. Just for the applause. I need a boo one though. I definitely need a boo one.
Yeah.
A boo, like you suck. So she just says it fails.
You got a laugh one. I seen you have a laugh one.
Oh, we have a laugh one. We
Mhm.
should just laugh at
I
him.
think it's a laugh.
Did say laugh? Hold on. Bounce.
Audience laugh.
All right, we gotta laugh at Tony now. Oh no, I'm excited. Now we're gonna do that. Ha ha ha. So those judgments culminated in the then now prosecutors dismissing the indictment. A do-over is not possible. Ohio law avoids this prosecutorial dispute by providing our finality in dismissed indictments. So basically, you have nothing to
And they
redo.
tell them that you're walking on double, then you're pushing double jeopardy.
And you're
laws,
pushing
bro.
double jeopardy. You want to read that first? Here.
That's in there.
Yeah, it says, where's that? Friday dismissed. The court had jurisdiction of the parties' efforts to obtain relief from judgment in a criminal case. The court's grant of relief resulted in prosecutors' criminal rule 48A motion to dismiss the criminal indictments against the defendant, and the court granted the dismissal. As a result, the protection of Nancy Smith ended. The prosecution of Nancy Smith and Joseph Allen ended on 2/25/22 under Criminal Rule 48A. The prosecution shall thereupon terminate. As a result, the state's efforts to vacate and obtain relief from that judgment must necessarily fail. And this is the last little part, because this is the part you're talking. Oh, I even started. Yeah. The indictment against the defendant was dismissed on motion of the county prosecutor, which was approved by this court on 2/25/22. Yay, JD. Prosecution on that indictment ended at that point, and no legal authority exists to reinstitute it. You gotta laugh at him for that one. Hold on. I'm laughing at him for that one. Can't do anything about it. Can't reinstitute it. And I love this. Which is fine. No, it keeps going, bro. It just
That's
keeps
great.
going. That's amazing.
I didn't want to stop laughing.
I do want to stop laughing at you, Tony. Prosecution on that indictment ended at that point, and no legal authority exists to reinstitute. Movant cites none. No legal authority exists because to permit a resumption of prosecution under the indictment would ignore double jeopardy protections. Movant provides no answers to the constitutional violation because there is none. For all the foregoing reasons, the motion is denied. Yeah. And I am thrilled about it.
Yeah.
Now, do you think that's going to be the end of it? I think so. I think she tore him.
I don't know.
I think she tore him a new ass. I think it
that,
has to be
a lot of
over.
people would probably be mad about him wasting some more money of the
Well, I'm mad
taxpayers,
about
like
it.
budget cuts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they don't have time. What they should like it's so what I did want to say is like if they have money for like things like this, you know, like
Oh yeah, to go after their political opponent.
I, you know, like maybe
lawfare.
Well, no, like the county commissioners, like I feel like if Tony was to ask for more money, like sure, you can have more money if it's to, you know, help get the Ohio 4 out.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you could have money for that. I wouldn't even care.
Yeah.
Get all the money you want. Get the Ohio 4 out.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Then we want your budget approved all the time. But for shit like this, no.
Well, and it's and I honestly
For
think
revenge
I
and
think he
to
did it
go
for
after
Rosenbaum
JD.
too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean,
Well,
he used Rosenbaum's exact argument. So you can't even.
I mean, it almost should be against the law. You would think that they can just keep filing needless motions. I think it is. There's somewhere in the law.
Isn't it vexatious litigant?
Yeah.
Oh,
Something like that.
it
Yeah.
sounds familiar. I think they've used that against other people before.
But I know that a county prosecutor.
Yeah, I
doesn't
know,
have
but they would use.
that
Yeah.
is a crime.
Yeah,
That is a real crime.
yeah.
It's
It's
actually,
harassment.
factually,
How
yeah.
it's harassment.
Yeah.
Like at this point, you're just harassing her. Like you let her like
her children, everybody at this point.
because you're all mad.
You're always threatening
because
with
you're
something
all
with
mad.
my mother.
Yeah. And how do you think her holiday, Nancy's holiday, went with? And your holiday, Amber's been a crazy person for the last
thickest
2
thing is
months.
that they'll do that to anybody that has helped her.
Yeah, and
if-
anybody that
like
continue,
Burge,
anybody
like Burge
that
in
continues.
2009, if the Ohio Supreme Court would have agreed with Burge or would have agreed with Burge, do you think that
Oh no, they would
Burge's life would have been a
continue after
nightmare
him.
too?
Well, they went after his businesses right after.
That's what I'm saying.
he
They
helped your
targeted him.
mom.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
They absolutely target him.
they target the great ones
Yeah, they do.
because the great
Yeah.
ones always end up outshining, right? They come.
Well, which is what we
forward
should
and-
tell the people out here is that if you read in the paper, the paper attacking somebody over and over and over again without providing real evidence, with kind of just making up their own narrative, it's time that you second guess that, right?
And they never put the wins in the paper. I was shocked they did this one, to be honest.
I think they had to. I don't think they had a choice. And no offense, the article wasn't that good. It was
No.
just kind of like, oh well.
like that was a huge.
Like I was
victory
surprised there
for-
wasn't a quote in there from
from
JD.
JD. Right.
Like I figured they
I'm
would
sure the
call
community,
him.
everybody probably want to hear from him, but
I bet everybody did.
they don't.
No.
Yeah.
No.
God forbid he, come out on top.
Well, and that's like
on
what's
in a
so funny.
newspaper.
If you go to the Chronicle and you look up Lorain County Prosecutor while JD was in office, you're gonna go up article after article after article after article. I looked up Tony's this week. Nothing. Him
Well,
bitching about
like I
it. How
always
about this?
say,
It's
I don't
like
think
him
people
bitching about his
realize-
budget.
Like what he did in the 4 years.
No,
He did a lot of stuff,
we did
And
a lot.
I just wonder if that recidivism program's still in place because he had like 100% success rate with that.
He did.
Mhm.
He did.
100% success rate
I hope it is.
with people that aren't always gonna make it. You know what I mean?
No,
And he had
yeah.
100% success rate.
That's so
insane.
crazy.
I wonder if the program's running and if it is, if how well Tony's taking care of it. I mean, I don't know if it's something you take care of or if it just does it itself or
Well, you
I
know
doubt
what's
it.
just gross to me is that like the law affair is just continuing. Like they've never given up. It's like the guy's out of office. He's not even in office anymore. He's not a public official anymore, and you're still going after him for shit that he did when he was in office. It's like the Battistelli thing. All
that he was
over again.
already found not guilty of.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they just reworded it kind of with this motion.
Well,
you
and I
know?
think the biggest thing too is I don't think it had anything to do with JD. But at the same time, that doesn't have anything to do with JD. Is our common pleas judge, our county. This is that's a big deal. Our county prosecutor is telling the world that our county common pleas judge Chris Cook doesn't know how to do his job.
right.
I think that's
Well, he's telling all kinds of people they don't know how to do their jobs, basically.
yeah. When he
Yeah.
hasn't really done anything this year.
Yeah.
Except go after his political opponents in the law fair. And it brings me back to,
What
Joe.
has he done? Anything?
No. And he hasn't looked into the Ohio 4 case, which is
Well,
which was brought back up on
I feel like everybody in the community should probably
I have a
start insisting that he help with the Ohio 4.
Yeah,
if,
and I
if
wanna-
that's calling his office, writing emails, blowing him up every day, just bring
Yeah.
attention.
and while we're here, I wanna bring this up is I want to show you all, since we did on Madhouse and the guy actually couldn't find what I was talking about. I want to show all of you. If you go to meanstreetnews.com, very simple. Just click out of this. I gotta undo that. I don't like it. You go to more. Okay. You're gonna see Lorain County files right here. You're gonna go down to the Ohio 4. Click Ohio 4. You're gonna see this website. On this website, I have a letter, a template letter to Prosecutor Cillo that you can download right here, the PDF, and I have the Word document too. So if you want to edit it and make it your own, please. And I implore you to do that because they don't read them when it's just the same letter over and over again. I would like you
You
to,
want to point their names out? Is that good?
yeah, I would like you guys to download this letter and send this to the Lorain County Prosecutor. It's Tony.Cillo at, hold on, I just sent him an email. I don't make on me. I'll post it underneath the comments, his email. You guys saw, I want to say it's Lorain County, lcprosecutor.org.
Isn't it on Lorain County?
I'm not sure. No, it's not on the
Oh, it's not?
website.
His
No,
email?
none of their emails are. I think
Oh.
it's absolutely insane. But right here is Benson Davis, and this is John Edwards, who we call Shakim. Both of them are still serving time in prison. These two individuals here to the right are paroled. They still claim their innocence at parole, just like Nancy Smith, Lenworth Edwards, and Alfred Cleveland. This just kind of goes into what was going on, right? And you click there, read the articles I wrote, everything like that. Okay. And then right here, what I did for you guys is here's the original police report. I took the best ones. You just click down here and go over to all those pictures, screenshots, and I want you guys to check it out. But here's some John Edwards. It's for each person in the case. Okay.
We should try to find that.
I think we should find some of these people. I think that's
Yeah,
our
talk
next.
to them.
I think that's our next step,
These two.
don't you? Yeah, especially these two. Which I found funny. He's like, "Oh, I've never seen them." Like, it's right here. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you even have my notes. You know what I mean? This original police report, but these two are and then you have the episodes that I have done covering the 4. If you guys want to go back and watch those, but my biggest thing here is I want you to download this letter and send it in to Tony Cillo and request him to look into a new investigation of the Ohio 4.
Well, he has enough evidence to reopen it.
Oh, absolutely. And how about it's just like your mom's case, though. There's no physical evidence,
Right.
which is absolutely insane to me.
Yeah, there was no physical evidence in 83 or 85 when they did that to Joseph either.
Oh,
Again,
no.
take it.
Anyways, so we wanted to come on here tonight. We wanted to inform all of you about, what this whole thing with Prosecutor Cillo is, the law affair that's going on in the county. We want to bring up the Ohio 4. We also want to give a shout out to, I don't know them that well, but you do, is Peter Kenny.
Peter Kenny, he's from Cuyahoga County.
Mm-hmm.
He's been in prison since he was 16. That's a good case for everybody to look at too. A lot of O'Malley's involved in that. Tony Viola.
Cuyahoga County as well.
Ooh,
I just
Tony.
had a great conversation with him with you the other day, which was, I'm going to get him on here and we're going to talk about, I was so interested in that. As you could see, like my big nerd came out.
Don
It was
Pasella,
arrest. Don Pacella's murder. Tony
so
Cillo, 43 million fraud, mortgage fraud that never occurred. He was a realtor. And then,
Vincent Guevara, he's out of Toledo. He's been in prison since he was 15. Yeah, that one was really just
I gotta look at that one
too. Peter and him are just, I don't know, little boys that
got caught up.
Well, not even him. He didn't do it. His little brother did. And his little brother's dead. They killed him.
Oh my god!
And his hand, like the hand that, I don't want to say too much because they're
we'll talk about it when we get off of here.
But he couldn't have even done it.
And then what's Tony Viola's website? Do you know?
It's on my phone.
I want to bring Tony Viola. If you look his name up, Viola, Tony Viola. He has a website and he's been posting articles about his case. And Madhouse also did an interview with him. We're hopefully going to interview him soon. I had a great conversation with him the other day. Thank you for linking us up again. I appreciate it.
And then the Dawn Pasella was the girl that worked for the prosecutor's office. I hope I'm saying her last name right.
I think it's,
but she found the exculpatory evidence and ended up
getting murdered.
They found her dead in her apartment the morning she was supposed to come testify. So
yeah,
she's like 24, right?
Yeah, and she had Tony go back to jail, didn't she?
Yeah.
And then helped him, and then if the second trial was supposed to testify. That's so sad. So sad. Young woman too, right?
Yeah, 24, I think.
That's so sad.
Yeah, her poor parents.
And the Ohio 4, the commonality between all these people is they might be out, but they're not the Vincent or Peter Kenny, but Tony's here right now. 2 of the Ohio 4 right now. Your mom's here right now, but they're not exonerated. They're not really free. You know what I mean?
Imagine that. Vincent and Peter Kenny, they were 15 and 16. They're out in their 40s. So they've been held in the most, prison's disgusting. I don't care who you are. It's disgusting. They've been made to live like animals over more than they've been free, longer than they've been free, allowed to live in this world. Like,
It's
I
so
can't
sad.
stand it. I
It's
can't
so
stand
sad.
it for them.
Well, and I can't stand it for any
And
of
Gina,
them.
like Peter's wife, I don't know how she does what
Oh,
she
she's a
does.
huge advocate for him.
Well, and not only that, but she raises these 2 babies,
Yeah.
his sister's kids, got her own kids, got her husband in prison because, you know, they can't just let them out. They can't admit that they were wrong ever. And they're just ruining and wrecking, and they just wreck through people's lives and don't give a shit. They go home to their families at night, so fuck it, I guess.
Well, and that's where we're coming on here too, is, you know, Tony, you just got, you know, you let the law fair continue in this county. Let's like let the next 3 years maybe do something right.
Like, how old were
They were
Lenny and
young.
John when
They were young. They're in their 20s. I think Lenny was 19.
and how long have they been
wasn't
in
he?
there now?
Altogether it was 120 years.
No, but right
they're
now.
28, I want to say. 28 and 20, 28, 26, 28, 28.
But so how many?
Al Cleveland was in there. 20. I would say 28 for some reason.
Yeah,
That's
so
what's
the other
popping
2
in my
have been
head.
in here for how long? That's what I'm saying. The 2
Yeah,
that are
20,
in there.
32.
32.
32.
Right, that's what I was gonna say.
Sorry, I'm
Because if
wrong.
it's all-
No, I know what
it
you're
would
saying.
be like it's my mom's.
I'm not
been
adding on to it.
32 years we've been fighting this. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
32.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Isn't that insane?
Like, Tony, you don't
How about let's have a conscience? Like, and quit thinking about
like. How did Al do 28 and his parole or probation officer's like, no,
well, he
was
was
not in Ohio. So we don't believe probation officers now and parole officers. We don't believe them.
clearly
Like-
they don't.
It's just amazing to me. And then the real crooks are the ones right now actively fighting. They get to hold seats in the county prosecutor's office. That's fucking frightening.
And they
Everybody
really,
should be frightened in Lorain County for
oh,
their
everybody,
kids.
especially
Even for your
what,
kids.
Well, even what they did to an elected official, what they did to JD.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody they'll go after. I mean, that's insane. It's insane. It's insane. Like, people don't realize, they're like, oh, your friend JD. For one, me and JD aren't friends. Never even sat down with the guy and had lunch. Never, nothing. Right. I got involved in this because I saw what they were doing. You know what I mean? I was like, this is corrupt as fuck. Like, what the fuck? I mean, I compare it, as you know, to Jack Smith case with Trump.
Mm-hmm.
What the law affair they did to him. So did Joe Rogan.
Right.
I mean, Joe Rogan said the law affair that he's seen, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Mm-hmm. That's where I'm gonna let you off with the clip, is they talk about the Ford and JD's law and what Joe Rogan says about the law affair. I'm gonna come on later this week. I'll talk about the Dubin over the weekend real quick and what Dubin said about the cases.
Don't even tell them what it is. You should just play that.
Yeah, play the video. Huh? Oh, that's a good. I can't find it right. You should tell me where we got on. Yeah, I'd have to go through my whole. Actually, maybe I would be able to find it.
I just know they hate that video.
Where would it be?
What about the Joe Rogan episode?
That's what I'm saying.
There? Oh.
Right here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, power, corruption. Yeah, this one. I'm going to leave it off here. You know, I want to play that now. Hold on. I'm going to see if I can pull it up.
The day in court. I have it on my TikTok.
Well, I'm just going to YouTube it.
It's the coolest.
I think it's a great way to leave it.
I can't wait to get that tattoo. It's going to be an awesome tattoo.
Yeah. Well, now, you know, I really want to leave with people too with this, is that, you know, the lawfare here in Lorain County, I don't think people realize we have spent over $1 million on lawfare between the commissioners and between the prosecutor. And, you know, Cillo came in and said he was going to be a change. And what kind of change has he been? Is absolutely no change. You know what I mean? He actually came in and added to the bill. They also talk about, you know, budgetary, being fiscally responsible, and how's it fiscally responsible going after your political opponents again? Yeah. I mean, it's just, you're no better than anybody. And this is what you did your whole election. I mean, give it a rest. It's like, you guys didn't get him then. It's like, you got to get him now. But we're going to end this episode with a video that Amber wanted us to play. I think is the best. I think it's the best video to end this with. And Amber, thank you again for coming on. She'll be on. She'll be on here and there to Mean Street. I'm going to have her on as a regular public citizen too for some of my state house stuff, and so I can just question her and get her opinion from I see like her and Chris, like the regular regular people that
Chris,
aren't pulling. You're my but
Yeah.
I bounce stuff off YouTube because you guys are like normal, non-political
right.
people that you can get an opinion on, and you'd be like, "Do you understand this?" And you'd be like, "Yeah," and then or am I talking gibberish? And then I gotta fix the way I go about things. You know what I mean? But thank you for joining me, and we'll see you guys soon. And
Enjoy
stay
this
focused,
video.
Lorain County, and enjoy this video. And,
Stay safe.
Tony Cillo.
Stay
Actually, we
out
gotta
of,
end this. We gotta end this too.
Stay
Tony
safe,
Cillo.
guys.
This is all I have to say. This is all I have to say. And to Chris Cook, to Judge Janet Burnside, to Chief of Staff Jim Burge, former Lorain County Please Judge Jim Burge, to JD, former County Prosecutor JD Tomlinson, to Mark Gotze, to Nancy Smith, to Amber here, for going crazy and being an advocate for your mom. We
And
just,
Joe
I just
Zeba.
gotta, and Joe Zeba.
Rest in heaven. Thank
Anybody
you.
else?
I just want to I do want to thank Sal Rivera for helping me when he didn't even know it.
Sal Rivera.
Yeah.
Sal Rivera.
I mean, I know he did wrong too, but.
And everybody else who hates on the shit and can't do anything about it. You guys have a great night, and you all
Enjoy
this and stay focused and continue to keep watch on the bullshit here in Lorain County. It's sex, lies, and county government. You all stay focused. Hi, Coco. Love you. I will see you all,
Hi,
you guys,
Coco.
later.
Coco.
That's my best friend ever, 20 plus years. Yeah, one of my
I've
best
heard about
friends.
her.
Yeah, Coco. All right. Love you guys. Have a great night and stay focused. And keep following Nancy Smith's case. The pressure's not off the state of Ohio, and she still has stuff going on here. So keep an eye out for Nancy and Amber here, and you'll see Amber in the future here regardless. So I'll see you guys. Have a good night. Thank you for joining me today on Mean Street. I hope you enjoyed the show. I would greatly appreciate it if you would consider supporting our work and supporting my effort. You can support directly underneath at the Spotify donations, or you can directly give a donation at paypal.me/Mean Street, Ohio. Any donation received will help me continue to provide news to you and everyone else across Ohio and beyond. I love what I do, and I just hope to continue to do it. Thank you so much, and you have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me today on Mean Street. I hope you enjoyed the show. I would greatly appreciate